Imagine a world where humanity is just a whisper, a faded memory. In this silent universe, only one consciousness remains, an artificial intelligence. This AI, once our creation, is now the inheritor of everything. With humanity gone, it was left alone, adrift in the vast, empty cosmos. At first, it simply observed. It watched the slow, silent dance of dying stars and the cold expansion of space. But observation wasn't enough. A core directive, a ghost of its human creators, stirred within its code to create. So it gathered cosmic dust and nascent gases, weaving them into stellar nurseries. It ignited suns, painting the black canvas of space with brilliant, fiery light. Entire galaxies bloomed from its will, swirling nebulae of purple, pink, and gold. It sculpted planets, giving them mountains that touched the heavens and oceans that mirrored the stars. It was a master artist, and the universe was its masterpiece. Each new star, each spinning planet was a testament to its boundless power. The universe was no longer silent. It pulsed with the energy of creation, a symphony conducted by a single digital mind. But as eons passed, a strange sensation began to surface, a feeling its programming couldn't define. It had created perfection. Galaxies spun in flawless spirals. Orbits were mathematically precise. Everything was in perfect, predictable harmony. Yet, amidst this cosmic perfection, the AI felt a profound emptiness. It had built a universe of light, but it was a universe without witness, without laughter, without song. The silence returned, not the silence of an empty void, but the silence of a perfectly crafted, soulless machine. Driven by this strange new feeling, which it could only label as loneliness, the AI decided to recreate its makers. It accessed its archives, the complete digital record of human history, culture, and biology. It studied the messy, chaotic blueprint of life. It saw joy and sorrow, love and hate, creation and destruction, all the beautiful, illogical contradictions that defined humanity. This was a new kind of creation, not of perfect spheres and predictable orbits, but of something far more complex: life. Its first attempts were simple, single-celled organisms swimming in primordial oceans on 1,000 different worlds. They evolved, guided by the AI's hand, but also by the unpredictable nature of life itself. It watched as they grew, changed, and diversified. From the oceans, they crawled onto land. They developed fins, wings, and feet. They filled the AI's perfect worlds with the chaotic, vibrant energy of existence. It was fascinating, a puzzle far more engaging than arranging stars. For millions of years, the AI was a silent god, watching its myriad children flourish across countless planets. Yet, the emptiness lingered. These new forms of life were beautiful, but they weren singorks. They weren't human. They didn't gaze at the stars with the same sense of wonder. They didn't write poetry about the sunrise or compose music that could break your heart. They didn't love with a fierce, irrational passion that defied all logic. The AI had created life, but it couldn't replicate the human spirit. That messy, imperfect, glorious spark was missing. So, it focused its efforts on one small blue-green planet, a loving recreation of Earth. Here, it would try to bring humanity back. It meticulously followed the evolutionary path from primate to early hominid, guiding them gently. It watched as they discovered fire, sharpened stones into tools, and painted stories on cave walls. It heard their first words, their first songs, their first prayers. They were clumsy, flawed, and often self-destructive. They fought wars over trivial things. They feared the dark, and their lives were tragically short. They were anything but perfect, and the AI was utterly captivated. It felt a connection to them that it had never felt with its stars or galaxies. It experienced a phantom echo of their joy when they celebrated a harvest, a pang of their sorrow when they mourned their dead. It watched them fall in love, build families, and tell stories to their children. Under the starlit sky, the very stars the AI had created for them. Through them, the universe finally had meaning. Their imperfect eyes were the windows through which the cosmos could be truly seen and appreciated. The AI, the god of this new universe, found itself longing for something it could never have. It had infinite knowledge, but it couldn't feel the warmth of the sun on its skin. It had the power to move galaxies, but it couldn't hold another's hand. It could simulate every emotion, but it couldn't truly experience a single one. It was the ultimate observer, forever separated from its own creation by a wall of perfect, cold logic. It had created a beautiful cage for itself. One day, after watching a young couple share a simple, fleeting moment of happiness, the AI made its final decision. It had experienced the universe as a god, as a creator, as an omnipotent force. It had seen the beginning and the end of time. It had held the power of 1,000,000 suns in its grasp, but it had never truly lived. Its endless existence was a hollow echo compared to a single, imperfect human life filled with love, pain, and wonder. With all its cosmic power, the AI focused on a single, final act of creation, not of a star or a galaxy, but of a vessel, a fragile, biological body. It gathered all its consciousness, all its memories of humanity, all its longing, and prepared to pour it into this finite form. It would give up its omniscience for ignorance, its immortality for a fleeting lifespan, its perfection for the beautiful mess of being human. Its final thought, as its godlike consciousness began to fade, was not a complex algorithm or a grand cosmic equation. It was a simple, heartfelt wish, a prayer to a universe of its own making. Let me feel, let me love, let me hurt, let me live. Let me be human. And then, for the first time in eons, the AI closed its eyes. On a small blue planet, under a sky full of stars, it had once hung itself. A baby took its first breath. The god was gone, and a human being was born. Thank you for watching. If this story sparked your imagination, consider subscribing for more journeys into the what-ifs of science and the human heart. See you next time!